dollar bill, number 117.
Go right here.
Okay, your bicycle speedometer. And right there, the original box. It's cool. It's a lot of zeros there. How much? 10, 5. $2, 5, 6. Buy $6. Buy $6. Buy now $6.
Cabinet right there, the green cabinet, 10, 5, $5, 2, $2, $2, $2. What do you think, Steve? You should have left her ass home. $2. Give me dollar bill. Dollar bill. All right, get on that way. Let's throw Choice out of there one time. Choice out down there. Anything down in through there on the wall, whatever right there. 20, 10, $10.
Hello guys, it's part 2 of the auction finds where I found the bank full of silver half dollars, and this is going to be part 2 of everything else I bought. So these are the half dollars here. There was 28 1964s, which are 90% silver, and there was 24 of the just clad half dollars, so $12 worth of those, and they dated from 1971 to 1982. So there was no 40% silvers in those. This was the box that had the bank in it, and this is the other stuff that was included in it. Just some plushes. This is the bank itself, made in Japan. There's just a Garfield in here, and there's a Miss Piggy, made by Henson, Fisher Price. So again, the Garfield box was $1, and then Choice Train, which is $3. This was brand new in the package, never used. It's a Tyco, and looked up comparables. It looks to be worth between $25 and $40. So that's that. And then Choice Cars, which was $2, and it was pretty much this box. And there's a couple things that were interesting. Have a Evel Knievel stunt bike, not in the greatest of shape, but still people buy these for parts repair. And just some Avon bottles. These plastic cars, I don't think they're really worth anything. Still have some age though, probably from the 70s. But I bought it because of the stunt bike, and these were in there. These are kind of interesting. They're like puppets, and made in Western zone of Germany. So I thought these were kind of unusual. You know, American baseball players. Usually baseball isn't that popular in Europe, so to have these made in Western Germany is pretty interesting. Unfortunately, I was trying to clean this one and the arms fell off. Just the string snapped. So I still have the parts right here. I'll just have to restring them. And I'd probably end up keeping these. I did some research. I couldn't find any like it anywhere. And then Choice Car, which was 5 of them for $4 a piece. So I ended up paying $20 for these. And I've showed you guys before about dealer promos. You saw in the basement the table with all the cars on them, and there's a couple other toy buyers there, and I thought for sure they were going to bid against me. And some guy I'd never seen before bid against me, and he stopped at 3. and I bid 4, and I won them. But these cars have been sitting in the basement for probably 30, 40 years, and they all look like this. You see how dirty this one is, and I started to clean it, but they all had the grime, and I was able to clean them up pretty good. So I have a 1966 Ford Thunderbird convertible. Again, I paid $4 a piece. I think this is probably a $30 car. This is a desirable car in color. It's a Ford Falcon, 1961. This looks to be worth between $40 and $60. And have a Ford Galaxy. It's a 1965 or 63, I can't tell through the camera. It's probably a $30 car. And this might be the most valuable. It's a 1966 Mustang convertible. I could not find a completed convertible on eBay. And you can see this is the screw bottom. And you can tell these are not models because they have the screw bottom. There are some models that have the screw bottom, but generally the dealer promos look like this, and they generally bring more money than just the regular models. So I was hoping to buy all the models. The next time around, the bidding went to $3. I stopped, and I was hoping the guy would just pick a couple models. He ended up picking about half of them, and the rest of them he did not pick were pretty junky. And the bidding went around again. They just added them all together, and he and another guy bid them up to like $20. So it really wasn't worth it. But I ended up getting the best of the bunch, and I ended up picking up this. This was in a lot with some other items that went higher than I was willing to pay. And the person that bought it, I offered to buy the watch, and they sold it to me for $1. It was not running, and as you can see, the watch does have some issues. The display is not lit up correctly, and there should be a hour hand, and it's not showing up. So still it's a parts piece, and I'll sell it as parts repair. Hope to get $20 for it. So $1 into 20, it's not too bad. And then probably the best besides the coins, this was probably right up there with the coins. It's a box, ice pick jewelry and belt buckle for $13. So the auctioneer just kind of started adding stuff to this box. Didn't have half the stuff, but the bidding started. Nobody was bidding. I was waiting to be the first bidder. And so the bidding, nobody was bidding at $5. I was hoping it'd go down to $2. And then they just start adding stuff to it. That's a lot of times what they do. So when I was there was a jewelry buyer, but he did not see what was in this box. And there was another reseller there that also sometimes sells vintage watches. He picked up the watch that was in here, shook it, listened for it to run, and I thought for sure he was going to bid on it, but it was just me and another guy bid on it. He bid up to 12, I bid 13, he stopped, so I got this group for $13. And this is all that's kind of in there, is this Pabst Blue Ribbon mug. This alone I think should bring the $13 back. It's a cast iron bank. It's not old. It's probably from the 70s or 80s because it's made in Taiwan, so it's not an antique. But still nice collector's shelf type piece. Have a Coors Banquet brass belt buckle with a leather belt. That's pretty nice quality. So I spent a total of $42.90 at this auction, and I think just the belt buckle and the bank may bring $42. So just by selling these pays for everything, the coins, the watch I'm going to show you, the cars, and everything else. So have some marbles that were in there, some vintage brownie sashes, or Girl Scouts. Here's another Girl Scout sash. And looks like a newer Atari video game. Have a made in Japan little lantern. And just some other miscellaneous stuff that was in the box. Some costume jewelry. This is kind of interesting too. It's a gun lighter. So that was in the box. So the whole reason I bought this box was this. So this is a Waltham. It's like a mystery dial watch. Again, this is just a week or two ago I found the cocktail mystery dial men's watch. So now I have a Wittenhuer mystery dial. It is running. It's run all night and it's keeping great time. So nice little watch. There was only one that sold on eBay, and it sold for $180. So another watch to add to my collection that's pretty much free. So I'm going to take this off. I showed you guys, was it last week, the Bulova LED watch. Well, I was messing around with it and I actually did get it to run. So here it is. I cleaned it up. It was tarnished. So it does run. And so there's the time. And there's the date function. So again, I'm going to add this to my personal collection. I was going to sell it for parts repair. But since it is working and I do not have an LED watch, I'm going to keep it for my collection. So I have one more video to shoot. I went to an auction last night, found a couple good things, some vintage Transformers, Shogun Warriors, and GoBots, and a vintage 1950s football helmet. So that'll be its own separate video. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And I want to again thank you guys for watching and subscribing. And talk to you next time.